Oh my god, it never ends! Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Jason, the only face general himself, back with another video. And today, we got some more degenerate allegations we need to go over. And per usual, trigger warning to everything you're seeing on the screen. Yeah, it's going to be very, very dark. But we have a twit longer from Nayez Putin. My apologies, very early in the morning when I'm reading this. But they go on to state, "Hello, I never felt that I could come out about this, and I have struggled with this for years before writing this. And I doubt it will be anything close of years after I write this that this will be released. But in the case that you are reading this, I have to come out and lay what has happened to me. I was AR'd by a man known as the YouTuber Kwite in February of 2018 and had been in an extremely toxic friendship, quote unquote, / on and off again relationship with him since 2017. To start in the beginning, I found Kwite's channel when it had less than 500 subscribers, and as a teen wanted to make art for him. Because he didn't use his face in his videos, I thought it would be easier. I thought he would have an easier time if I drew him and recommended he wore sunglasses and a face mask instead of manually keying his face out with a black box. Okay. So they are basically saying that they made his online persona. They basically made his avatar for YouTube and such. There I essentially came up with his persona with him and drew various talk sprites for him for free that he only ever used maybe once. We were around the same age and slowly began talking and bonding over shared mental health issues. At this time, I was undiagnosed with autism and borderline personality disorder, or BPD, which I have diagnoses of now, and thus was unaware of how these would affect me in the coming relationship we had, and how he would most likely, without knowing, take advantage of me. At first, we were extremely close in ways that helped the both of us. He shared bits of his past and I shared mine. However, slowly my status as an artist would land me in more YouTuber circles in more YouTuber circles than his would, and he would slowly try to encourage me to let him join said spaces. As a friend, I of course wanted to include him in as many as I could, but as I did and he made various connections outside of me, the relationship grew transactional. While I won't say I was the most stable person at the time, I was not actively unkind. I cannot say the same when my abandonment issues would arise. He would leave me ignored. Then when I was having the worst of my time, he would swoop in to save me and keep me under his thumb. He would yell at me or act passive aggressive towards me when being my friend was convenient, but love bomb me when it was just us, or he needed something from me. He would use my memory issues against me to gaslight me about the things he said, and would keep most of the conversations he had on calls or on Skype because the messages deleted after a set amount of time. He would actively talk about his friends to me when he wanted me to do something for him, and took up a great amount of my time. Eventually, we met up in real life a few times. I had transphobic parents, so I told him my dead name to use only when my parents were talking to him. But after knowing this information, he would use it as a way to belittle me. The first meeting was fine, but he had a rule that I wasn't allowed to take pictures of him, but he was allowed to take pictures of me. After promising and begging to take a few pictures that wouldn't and still haven't been posted for memories, he let me take a few before he left. The second meeting, however, was different. He had planned to meet up while he was on vacation in my city, and thus I would pick him up in my car, and we would go to both a trampoline park to go see Black Panther. This is where the worst of his behavior occurred. At the time, we were both on and off flirting and had discussed that if we were both single at the time, we could take each other's virginity. However, once he had came onto me in the back seat of my car, I started to get cold feet. He, however, did not want to take no for an answer. In the back seat of my own car, he argued me, all the while I was telling him how it hurt and how I didn't want to do this anymore. He kept telling me, "This is what you wanted," quote unquote, as he went, but soon got bored of it and got out. I sat in my car by myself for a bit before going to join him in the movies we had planned to see together. And to make up, he had me buy him popcorn. I put the event out of my mind as just two virgins being bad at sex, and hung out with him for the rest of the day, as he was still one of my closest friends. I have a video with him to prove we were together at the time. That I was able to post only myself after begging him to take pictures with me because we were friends. A few months later, once he's gained quite few more subscribers, a large YouTube friend a few months later, once he gained quite a few more subscribers and larger YouTube friends, did he start ghosting me more often. So he then start ghosting me more and more often. Okay, sorry. All while I was having a BPD episode, it got to the point where he called me to cut me off in our fight called a dyke. And in our fight, he called me a dyke who thinks she's a boy and never will be. This extremely hurt me and caused me to spiral more. I almost needed to be institutionalized, but thankfully for my social support system, I wasn't. Months passed, and when I tried to come out about the emotional abuse I suffered, I received harassment from his fans. I received calls to my house to tell me to kill myself, furthering my poor mental health. Eventually, however, it subsided, and through a turn of events, I was able to set up a call to reconcile with him. In this call, he tried to gaslight me further, claiming that I had led him on, or worse, assaulted me instead, or worse, insulted him instead. Sorry. All in front of a moderator who thankfully knew better than to believe him. In this call, he screamed at me, threw things and broke things, and continued to try to gaslight me. However, thanks to Danny, Lord Bung, he calmed down, and apologized for some of his behavior. However, I don't believe he was sincere. I truly am sorry for the train. I truly am sorry for that. I am truly sorry that I stayed silent on this issue for years. I cannot keep the silence. Sorry for the train, yo. I'm doing this like in the morning. But I can't keep silent. I have been scared for myself and how the public will treat me. But I am too scared that I'm not the only victim to keep silent anymore. Anyone who may also have been victimized is more than encouraged to DM me, and I hope you are doing okay. I know that many of you will not believe me. I do not care anymore. For those who do, thank you for your ear, and I hope that you stay safe. TLDR, I was R'd by Kwite, emotionally abused, dead named, called slurs, and gaslit into silence for 6 years. My guys, I'm not gonna lie, after reading all of that, I feel so bad for this person. Like, they honestly went through a lot. Now, with these allegations, they are in fact allegations, but I want to quickly talk to you guys about something. And as for the last couple of months, I feel like personally, there's been a lot of these dramas, quote unquote, where people are being accused of some heinous things, like being accused of sexual assault, being accused of a lot of very degenerate things. Now, like I said, I don't want to be on no sort of witch hunt. These are in fact allegations until we get more receipts, more information. I guess until more people come out, or until Kwite himself comes out and responds. We don't know the crux of these allegations until we hear both sides. We heard the victim side, so we're just waiting to hear from Kwite's side. And honestly, I gotta say, just hearing this stuff thus far from the victim's perspective, this is pretty this is pretty disgusting, and I'm just trying to hold back a lot of things I want to say, but at the same time, I want a lot of people to see this, because I want a lot of people to hear this. We should not be witch hunting in this community, in the commentary community. But with that being said, we also need to do our best to police ourselves, to police our community, so that way stuff like this doesn't happen, or stuff like the whole Zap Tie situation doesn't happen, where or the whole I'm Alex situation, my apologies, where we're basically dogpiling on allegations that we perceive to be true, and then public opinion makes it true until the actual person that these allegations are against comes out and shows us receipts proving that they were innocent. We can't allow that to ever happen ever again. So guys, honestly, until Kwite gets until we get a word on Kwite and his response, until he responds, until we get probably more receipts, maybe more victims will come out, I do not know. These are just allegations, and I honestly gotta say to the person that came out, my apologies if I'm saying your name wrong, Vriska's number one defender, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry that you went all this. You are a trooper for speaking out. Like I said, these are allegations, so I wouldn't say take these with a pinch of salt, but we always got to be vigilant on what's true and what's false. So it's just best for us to just wait until we hear both sides of the story. But guys, I'm going to have to end the video here. This is your boy Jason, the Only Face Journal himself. If you like the video, if you appreciate me covering this type of stuff, if you even want me to continue covering this stuff, because I'm not gonna lie, covering this stuff kind of bums me out, because honestly, yeah, it brings views to my channel, sure, cool, I recognize that, but talking about this stuff kind of bums me out. I'm not gonna lie to you, but at the same time, this is stuff that we gotta talk about. This is a norm that happens in our world. This is a norm that happens in online, and we do have to make aware of these sort of situations. But like I said, guys, I'm gonna have to end the video. If you like the video, if you appreciate me doing this, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and repeat. Like, subscribe, and repeat. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Like I said, this is your boy Jason, the Oni Face General himself, signing out. Peace.